Shalom. 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 I'm the brother Malak Tamayim Yahawada, and we're back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakahakwadash. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing the truth. Nevertheless, I got this article here, got the brother with me, and we just touching, just talking in the spirit, meditating in the spirit as usual. And yeah, I seen this article. It says the title says "Women in America," keyword America, y'all, because America is Babylon the Great in the scriptures, right? And it talks about how Babylon the Great has basically made all the nations drunk with their wine, right? And their wine is a representation of their philosophies, right? And one of their philosophies that they push is feminism, right? It's the equality of the sexes, right? You might have a female boss, basically taking a woman out of their natural element, which is to serve the man in the household, being a wife and a mother and all of that other stuff, to being what a man is, and we're going to grab a scripture on that because the spirit is hitting me now, okay? Let me see what the scripture say. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Because all of this trying to rearrange and change women into something else is going to fail. Because a woman's true nature is going to kick in. When things go bad, they're going to run to a man to be, to basically save them as a covering. All right? If shit go bad right now, none of these women going to be strong, or none of that shit talking about them. I be reading, that's a big ass dog. I be reading, that's a big ass dog. I be reading the comment section about women running into men, and they talking about this is why I always carry bear spray. This is why I carry a taser. This is why I carry this and that and that and this. That ain't gonna save you. Okay? A lot of these women, they really taking on this ideology of the so-called white man. They believe that the police can save them. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You can say what you need to say. Get your two cents in how you feel about that take.
I play women need us.
Yeah.
No way around it. Like you said, if a female's in trouble, what are they gonna pull? Another female? Hell no, they gonna pull upon a man.
Mm-hmm.
Walking these streets at night, bear spray ain't gonna help them.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do it 5 guys, grown ass man come upon you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna do nothing.
Yep. They gonna lay down and take it. That's what's gonna happen.
And it's said that because earlier this week, it's crazy that this message is coming up right now. Mm-hmm. There's a young girl that works with another lady. She has 2 young girls working with her that clean apartments. Mm-hmm. And the little girl told her that she was with 5 guys in a car. And the lady was like, "Oh, do you know that those guys can take advantage of you?" Mm-hmm. And she said, "No, they're just my friends." It's like, they're just your friends now. Went to the motherfuckers and seen it. Mm-hmm. Gonna take advantage of you.
Yep.
That this is coming up right now.
Yep, that's what the scripture said. The scripture says that a woman is a man's possession. Where there is no hedge, the possession is spoiled. So, like, if you have your most precious things like gold or silver, are you going to leave that out in the street? No, you're going to put it in the bank. You're going to put it in the vault. You're going to find some type of hedge. There is value in these women, but these women are basically vulnerable without a hedge, which is a man, which is their covering. So it's just like being naked or being in the wintertime and not having a jacket or not having shelter. You know what I mean? You need a place. Everything has its place, and the place for the woman is under the man. I'm gonna read this because this is just going right into what I was talking about. It's Isaiah 21:16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" Right. So pretty much you turning things upside down, turning a woman into the man. I was listening to this song by Cassie. He said, boys growing into women, girls growing to men. But it keep happening over and over again. And that's a fact, and that's a problem because that's confusion. But nevertheless, it says, surely you're turning things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. What is potter? Potter is basically like pottery is glass. It breaks. You drop a vase, it's going to break. You know what I'm saying? It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he have no understanding, right? So basically, all this shit going to fall apart. Taking on the indoctrination of these Edomites, all right, which is their philosophy, which is what? Feminism, equality of the sexes, and so on and so forth, is all going to break down because the nature of the woman is to be under the man, point blank period. So that's going to fail, right? And I know I'm kind of going in on the women right now, right? But this is also something I wanted to twist, right? Because it says here in this article that women are becoming economic powerhouses as stay-at-home boyfriend trend highlights shifting gender roles, right? Shifting gender roles, right? And that had me think about the prophecy in Isaiah 4:1. Okay? Because basically, I'm going to read the scripture, Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. What does this mean? This means like, yo, you don't got to pay for shit. Because right now, with women, everything is like this for that, right? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. So they're looking for a man that has money. But the Lord said he's going to make shit so bad that these women ain't even going to be wanting money. They just want you to be their man, protect them in that day. Because being without a man is a curse to a woman. If a woman doesn't have a man as a hedge of protection for her and her children or whatever, she's what? Vulnerable, right? Anybody can just run up in that house and do whatever they want to do with that. They could tie the kids up, tie her up, turn her into a sex slave and trade her and just do whatever they want to do with her. You could add something, brother.
Shit. That's true because when my dad he was a hustler, and he broke into the house. They tied up my mom and my dad, and they fucking put me in the room with my grandmother. Now, if they really, really wanted to, they could have took us all out.
Gone. And that's just the Wadi al-Bashim al-Shah, you know what I'm saying? That it ain't go down that way. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, we living in the valley of the shadow of death. I was meditating on that shit yesterday. Like, people be walking around like everything is all sweet all the time. Nigga, death is around every corner in this place. You know, I was listening to this Meek Mill song. He's talking about 100 summers. He said, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Because he knows, like, this shit is real. Like, nigga can die out here. And it be your own people. You know? So, yeah, this shit's bad. But basically, it's saying that these women, they going to line up. Any type of number 7 just means completion. They basically going to line up and say, protect us. You know, have sex with us. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay? It's just saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. I don't need you to feed me. I don't need you to buy me clothes. Only just let me be called by your name, which is what? Marriage. Meaning what? To have sex. So they're going to be running up to us trying to grab our dick and shit. All right, grab men's rod and trying to get with us. I'm talking about 7 at the same time. Which is like, you could have like 50 women chasing you down in that day. Like, oh, that's a man of the Lord right there. That's a man of Yahweh Shema Shah. I can see it in his face. They all going to be trying to get next to us. That's why brothers really not supposed to be tripping over these broads like, oh, yo, she got the fat ass, da-da-da. You know, every brother feels that. Nevertheless, the Lord, he going to send these bitches our way. He gonna send these bitches our way so much that they going to be annoying. You're going to be a bad bitch is going to be a regular 6 to you at that point. Because you're already used to having all these beautiful ass women. You know what I mean? Like, because brothers have been deprived, certain brothers more than others, right? I'm a brother that's been deprived of like good cooch or like young fine women like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, for me, like that's something that I never got to really experience like that. So it's like, when the Lord send that shit, you know what I mean? You're gonna be used to it. But right now, being deprived of that, certain brothers more than others, whatever, or less than others. Some brothers be getting mad bitches. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, it ain't even gonna be nothing to a brother that may not get women like that. He gonna have so many women at his door, trying to break down his door, break into his car to sleep in there or whatever. They gonna be trying to get next to us. This is the prophecy. So I'll read it again. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by that name to take away our reproach. Because Jake never really cared about none of this shit anyways. All we wanted to do, because the scripture says that Jacob is a plain man dwelling in tents. Jake is not trying to be a socialite. Jake is just trying to live comfortably and fuck his bitch, you know, and have his wives. That's it. All this other shit is because these women are controlling access to them. So it got Jake running around here trying to get money, trying to do this and that and this, so that they could get the attention of some female. You know? And that's just really the case. That's always been the case, you know what I'm saying? Because Jake really loves women. Jakes in general, we just want to be with our women and just enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. We're not like the Edomites who be watching, you know, child pornography and trying to diddle with dogs and do bestiality. You know, they be out here trying to get down with horses. They be out here sleeping in bed with dogs. Doing things with them too. Doing things with animals. You know, because the scripture says that. Oh, let me pull that video up real quick. Okay, I was watching something on Instagram. This white man was waiting in a female bathroom stall. Let me see if I can find that. Pull that shit up for the video. Oh, here it is. I'd saved it.
It's a man in that last stall. He just peeked out when I walked in. I'm trying to see if he came out, like if he got a child with him or something. Bring the ladies after. You can't be in there. No, you need to leave. Yeah, I'm gonna call the police. Are you sure?
Look at that. You see that? That's a whole devil coming out of that bathroom, man. Okay? He's in a female bathroom in the stall all the way in the back. Because these devils, they never had no game for real. They was the ones that was raping bitches. Trying to put that shit on us. They've always been raping. How you think they got all this shit? They rape, rob, and murder. Okay? And I was just talking about that. I was reading that scripture yesterday about how the enemy came through and sowed terror among the wheat. That's the so-called white man raping the Hispanic women, raping the different tribes, and making them into Edomites and shit. That's why the Lord said He's gonna separate the tare from the wheat, because Esau was coming up in here popping our women, right? Mixing his seed amongst us, and you got Israelites out here that they might look like they Jake, but they really Edomites because of all of the rape. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Jakes out here that look nothing like us, but they Israelites because of all of the rape. Well, not the rape, but Israel scattered. You know? So, we not like these devils, man, that's into sick shit like little girls and little boys and shit like that, you know? And I'm only speaking on this because I'm exercising my my right to free speech. What's that? The First Amendment? Because soon they're gonna try to ban our free speech. We living in very wicked times. Let me go grab that scripture, brother. You have anything you want to add?
No, you covered everything.
Yeah. But about how you feel about free speech? You got banned off Insta, right?
Yeah, that's what got back on.
Yeah, talk about how they tightening up the restrictions on our speech. Like how was that situation experience for you?
Yeah, man. There is no fucking freedom, motherfucking. I said a couple bad things about the small hats.
Mm-hmm.
They banned me from fucking Instagram and fucking Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Just to fucking do shit.
Exactly.
People want to walk around saying it's free country, free business, not.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, man. See, so these devils, the brother can attest. And I know personally because I've been on YouTube and different like social media platforms pushing the truth for years, and I done lost like 6 YouTube channels full of thousands of videos, all because, you know, they said I was like either hate speech or medical misinformation. I done had to open up like 4 or 5 different YouTube accounts. You gotta use like, to really say what you want to say, you gotta use like BitChute or some type of like alternative media page to produce your real shit, because we basically don't have freedom of speech no more. And people talking about the Constitution, oh, I got constitutional rights. That's where people got it fucked up. Them niggas, they don't care about no Constitution, man. People think they got the right to bear arms. They always standing on the Constitution, man. That shit is nothing but a piece of paper. They don't give a fuck about that shit. I seen a nigga get pulled out of his car for no reason. The cop said, oh, step out of the car. He's like, what are you pulling me over for? He said, step out of the car and then I'll tell you. He's not even telling him what he's stepping out. He's like, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not going to do it. If you don't comply, they talking about that's a lawful order, man. And that's why the Lord said, they got unrighteous laws and decrees. Let me go grab that, because their laws are wicked.
Oh, to add on to what you just saying, I just seen this video of a black man walking through a rich neighborhood. He called the police on him saying that, oh, he looks suspicious. Why are you walking around the neighborhood? And the man lived in the neighborhood.
Khan, I seen a video where Jake was just walking through the hood in the cold with no jacket on, and cops just start harassing him, talking about, oh, why you out here walking without a jacket? You look suspicious, bothering them and shit, man. This Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And a lot of these laws are very grievous. You know, you having to jump out your car, all because a fucking centurion, modern day police officer, slave catcher, pulled you over for nothing. They ain't out here trying to stop real crime. They just over here harassing regular citizens, trying to basically extort them for driving through their county or their jurisdiction. I've been caught on to all of this shit. And I say all that to say this. This is Revelation 13. This is Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. That other beast is America, or otherwise the Roman Empire. All right, this is the revise of the Roman Empire, America. Just like how Rome had aqueducts, America has like sewage systems and shit, you know. It says just like Rome had the Colosseum, America got the Super Bowl or whatever. So there's a lot of comparisons between the two. Nevertheless, this is, huh?
Concerts as well.
You said what, brother?
Concerts.
Oh, concerts. Yeah. Yep, concerts, just like the bread and circuses of the Roman Empire. You know, they would be oppressing the people, but because they put on a game of gladiators and shit, you know, people would be distracted while the elites or the counselors would be living in this luxurious lifestyle, and people would be poor. And how did Rome fall? It fell from the inside. It fell from the inside out because of all of the corruption. They ended up not having no money, just like America right now. America's insolvent. America doesn't produce anything economically. Only thing they sell here is loans and credit. So they don't actually create anything. No, a lot of those companies, they offshoot. They have a couple like Mercedes-Benz's and BMW factories over here, but a lot of stuff that's made here is other country import-export. Everything's made in China. If you look at anything you see on anything, it says made in China. It says made in India. It says made in... So, America actually don't have no money. The only reason why they have it, the dollar is still strong, is because when they went over there after the war in Iraq or whatever, Then they started putting those Gulf states together and getting control of the oil. That's what that whole George Bush shit was about. And then once they control the oil, all oil that's dealt in the Middle Eastern region has to be dealt in dollars. So that's what made the American dollar. Everybody had to use it to get their oil. So they hijacked the oil, the commerce in which oil is trafficked through, and so that's what's been keeping America's monetary system up. You know, but it's all based upon debt, a debt that they'll never be able to pay. So they got these other countries believing in this system because it's making them rich by shipping shit over here. But then America actually is in debt to all these other places because they can never pay back what they be getting from other places. You see? But Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. Oh shit, he hung up. And them which dwell therein. Oh, I'm sorry. I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right, and that word dragon goes into draconian, which is basically you're not gonna have any rights. Draconian laws and legislation, unrighteous laws. Because when people be like, oh, just comply, that's a lawful order. Nigga, we gonna obey the law until that shit becomes too unrighteous. You gotta stand on your integrity and follow Yahweh Shema Shai. Like when the C-19 popped out and they was telling everybody to get inoculated, brothers wasn't doing that.
Please leave your message.
Alright, the brother is probably in a bad spot. Brothers wasn't doing that. Brothers wasn't getting no damn inoculations. And it's the same thing for the mark of the beast. The MOTB. Alright, Revelation 13 and 16. And that's coming soon. Everything is contactless, keyless payment with RFID technology. You know what I mean? It's becoming a more bionic world, or what I like to call technocracy. Okay, everything is through technology. If you call a place, they're not gonna pick up. It's gonna be some AI answering machine, and they're gonna be like asking you stuff, and they're gonna recognize your voice signature and send you to the place that you need to go for the service. You barely deal with real human beings anymore. Oh shit, he called me back. You know, like everything is watered down. You know, let me see the brother. All right, he probably just in a bad spot. I don't know why that shit I ain't picked that up. Oh, all right, but yeah, you see how cars were made of metal. Right, they put a lot more detail in a lot of things they used to build. Even the houses, they would have these pillars that are and these foundations made of not just like some sheet. They had real like interior and stuff. It had real bricks. You know, now everything's made of like plaster wood, and the wood is not even strong like it used to be. The lumber used to be firm. This lumber they building these houses with now, that shit, them houses, yeah, they look nice. Not even, because if you walk into a McDonald's, it's gonna be gray in there. Shit used to be colorful. They used to have these like different little, you know, people would brand their businesses with more style to it. Everything is just so bland and plain now. And cars are made of plastic, right, brother? You see the decline of Babylon the Great?
Yep.
The cars were made of metal. If you had classic cars like a 1970 something or a 1980 something. That shit is a classic. It's an antique. That shit is worth more than a newer car today. Because that shit is rare, man. The way that things were made, I kid you not, the newest Benz, right? The newest BMW, the 2025 BMW X6. That shit ain't gonna be worth nothing in 10 years. Cause these cars are not made to last to where it's like, oh, that looks futuristic. They just keep making the newest copy or the newest year because of consumerism. But it's not really built to last. It's not built to be like, oh shit, like newer cars are weak. It's the older cars that are really like, oh shit, that's the old car. That shit fire. That shit don't got no electrical system in it. That shit got it's not a digital dash. It got the dials on it. The engine is a battery in the engine. You could fix it. You know what I mean? So it's like all this other shit is like, oh, it's all this technology. Because I was talking about before, like when you got back on the phone, I was talking about how everything's turned into a technocracy. Like every fucking car got a center dash console of electric, right?
Yep.
Or a digital dash of some sort, right?
Yeah.
So like, brother, I was just touching on how like everything's turned into a technocracy. Because I was talking about how, you know, people are talking about, oh, just comply with the laws and comply. And I'm just like, yo, I'm going to comply. Oh, shit. I'm going to comply until that shit goes against Yahweh Shema Shai's word, which is pretty much the MOTB, when the MOTB pop out. When they out here trying to give niggas these marker of the beast chips, you know, that's it, man. Ain't nobody going down with Babylon the Great and getting destroyed, staying upon this place, because that's what the scripture said. The scripture said that our people, they trust in the devil, which is the Edomites. They don't trust in the Lord. They trust in the devil. You know, I gotta say all the time, ain't nobody about to. Okay, brothers got jobs, but ain't nobody believing in this place. You know? Ain't nobody believing in this place. Brothers got jobs, but we not hoping in this place. We hoping in Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So, this devil gonna come down with great wrath, talking about some, oh, you gotta obey the law. You gotta get the chip. You gotta do this and that and that and this. You pretty much turn into a dictator. Which he already been a dictator. I don't know why people believe in this idea of freedom. You talking about freedom, but everything costs money. And you constantly working. Like I said, America has fallen because you used to work 40 hours a week, be able to take care of a family, a house, of children, and your wife didn't have to work. Now, if you work a 40-hour week, that might not even get you through the week. That was the whole reason why I left my last job, so I could get overtime. Because if I have overtime, if I have the ability to do overtime, I'll be able to have more money. Right, brother? So, these devils is like super oppressing the fuck out of everybody. Let me go grab that. Because you can't even function in this place. You got to work like 6-7 fucking side hustles just to get some shoes. Zephaniah 3:1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. And that's this place, America, Babylon the Great. We know we attributed this to Israel on different scriptures, different time. But this is talking about America, man, as well. The virgin daughter of Babylon. This place is filthy, polluted, and it's oppressive as hell. Scriptures say oppression maketh a wise man mad, but a gift destroyeth the heart. And the gifts that people be getting is these endorsement deals, these record deals, these different little... You know, a little bit of money that Jake be getting, so he think he good. He think he not oppressed. And then they be lying, niggas like Brandon Tatum talking about some, oh, you have every opportunity that everybody else has as a black person. You're using systemic racism to avoid personal accountability. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's some gaslighting shit if I ever seen it in my life. You know, all these niggas do is gaslight. That's why I call that shit Stockholm Syndrome. When you become appreciative or aligned with your oppressor, that you don't even think that you're in slavery anymore. You got a lot of our people that's like that. They don't see no better way of life outside of living under this devil. They swear this is the best place on earth, and it's not. Come on, brother. You had anything you want to add?
Not at the moment.
All right. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap this video. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom.